Bonjour mes amis, hi guys. Time for a good old watch safari in the streets of Yau Ma Tei. Starting with the Chocodile, they just two-tone with a bit of a discount there from retail prices which are above 100,000 Hong Kong dollar. As a reminder, the Hong Kong dollar is 7.75 to the US. 1 US dollar is 7.75 Hong Kong dollar. Here a little OP, one of my favorites, although I prefer the other color variants of the same orange, blue. Here is the John Mayer favorite, the green dial Daytona, and the new OPs they are trading at or above 10,000 US. The coral dial seems to have the upper hand on the green dial there in this window at least. Now moving on to some two-tone action, some bluesies turned purple as you can see. I really love this look. And then the 30 dials are getting quite popular, especially this light colored champagne kind of dial. So this one has sort of little diamonds and black stones, quite nice. The price there was 90,000 Hong Kong dollar, a bit too rich for me, but lovely nonetheless. This one was the watch only, without the box and papers. You can see it here next to my Zenith Chronomaster, which is a dealer favorite. It's a very cool watch. Speaking of dealers, I went in to try this 36mm Datejust tuxedo dial with the yellow gold. A bit too flash. I missed out on a steel and white gold bezel one, unfortunately. And I also tried on the one in the center here, this sort of mustard colored, and they call it a Paul Newman dial. Not sure why. Anyway, a gringo like me, you walk in a shop like this on High Street, they think you're a tourist, and the first thing he says is, "Yeah, it's steel and gold." I'm like, "What do you think? I thought it was." And then it just keeps on going like this. They just think you're a tourist until you tell them that you've been living in Hong Kong for 10 years. Anyway, those prices here, they've shot up 40% in the past year, so I kind of missed the boat. I wanted to have the racing dial, the one on the right here, with the white dial and the racing, the Arabic numbers. Missed out on it. For now, with the prices of gold being higher, it's a pass. Anyway, moving on to a London watch, always a great place to visit. Stardust, Spiderweb, all funky names to describe and to segment watches that were produced in the many, of course, the GMTs, the Submariners, but there's always little differences, and so dealers can bank on that for people to come and buy those and push the price a bit higher every time I visit those places. Some more GMTs there. 5513, 16800. What is fuchsia dial? Fuchsia bezel, sorry. And 5513 and an Explorer 2. And here Patrizzi Daytona. Some really cool stuff. A bit of nipple dial here on the channel. Yes, sorry. Those are actually a quite good price, all things considered. Root beer, love it. Then a lovely Explorer 2 here, always very expensive. And an Explorer 1, 1016 matte dial, very classy, and a beautiful Milgauss here, also very expensive. Mark 1 dial, absolutely lovely. And we have a salmon dial here, not very common, 36mm. If you have a smaller wrist, that's very, very nice. Bit of a Tudor action and a hidden Panerai there in the corner. Very nice watch, much more affordable than all the Rolex stuff, of course. And yeah, again, a two-tone GMT there. All in all, priced very fairly if you compare to the rest at least. These older ones have just a great aura to them, I think. Moving on, a bit of Seiko action here. This Grand Seiko GMT, look at the pop on the dial when I changed the luminosity. Here on the phone, very, very lovely with the angular case. One of the better GMTs, I think. And if you can afford all that, there's always the Nano the Seiko Nano here with a quartz chronograph. Very cool, sort of Daytona homages. Here's a very interesting dial from Ball, which I've shown you before. Also, I've shown before this Salmon dial. Tudor, I'm still very Tudor Prince, Tudor Tiger, curious. But the star of the show today, I think, is this Omega Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Green bezel, Sedna gold. I'm very tempted to pick one up. This one was overpriced, but they are very interesting at the moment. And here, slightly over retail, the Wimbledon dial, smooth bezel, oyster. But then I found the one I really wanted. Yes, Wimbledon dial on the Jubilee bracelet with the fluted bezel. The plastics came off. It's in a great condition, slightly over retail. I've put it on hold. Yes, sorry, although I really don't want to spend money. I'm going to have to sell something else. But this is a watch I've always wanted to experience, and I think this dial is the most special one that Rolex does for the Datejust 41 at the moment. Let me know what you think. Bye-bye.